Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee. The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years. And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
For high school athletes, every game counts. You push your limits and you chase your dreams. But when injury strikes, you need more than just recovery. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedics, we're here to get you back in the game faster and stronger. From cutting-edge treatments to personalized and compassionate care, we're here for your every move. Our specialized team of experts encompass decades of experience in sports-related injuries. Dr. Paul Thomas, Melanie Durham, and Julie Marcus offer the most comprehensive care from diagnosis to recovery. With advanced treatments and tailored rehabilitation plans, we'll help you heal stronger and faster. Trust Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep you at your best because your future is worth it.
Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company. Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAuto.com.
Hey Lawrenceburg, looking for something new? Come to Happy G's, located at 210 East Gaines Street. We have pitching machines, batting cages, and even indoor golf. Powered by TrackMan, our system is perfect for practice or play. With over 300 courses as well as multiple mini games, it is perfect for all ages and abilities. We even offer packages for group events such as birthday parties and business lunches. So let's go! Come get your game on indoors at Happy G's.
A&M Medical is Lawrence County's newest medical clinic, specializing in urgent and primary care. Practitioners Andrea Bain and Meredith Hutton bring years of experience and compassion to keep you and your family healthy. A&M Medical features a separate well waiting room to meet your needs. Visit today and ask about A&M's weight loss program and telemedicine services. That's A&M Medical, located at 2367 Highway 43 South in Leoma, Tennessee.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretta, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome here to X Sports Live on a rainy Wednesday night. And Clint had to literally go in and fill up the refrigerator. He just kept walking back and forth. We had no clue what he was doing. And eventually he fills up the refrigerator and brought us some drinks.
He first came in and he was like, Give me one sec, fellas. Then he went out the back door.
Oh, yeah. Well, you remember last show. Of course, we took some time off for the holiday.
Yeah.
Do you remember last show? I said I was going to burn this son of a gun to the ground if I came in here and there wasn't no show. It wasn't nothing to drink.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't.
Right.
But I breathed. I meditated a little bit. And then I also remembered these guys just made me a new commercial. So I thought, all right, well,
This is good.
I'm going to let it slide this one time, Ben. Next show, if I come in here, and all that stuff I just bought's gone, I hope you get good insurance.
Well, we did have a holiday weekend. I went back home, and how was the 4th for you guys?
It was good. Really good time spent with the family. Good food. Just overall, it was a good time. I mean, really, just another 4th of July. Stayed up pretty late just because all the fireworks that were going on and stuff like that. So that's probably my one big pet peeve. But I'll be all right. You know.
Lazy.
I know.
I didn't hit a lick. No, I was.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not talking about
lazy.
you. You may be too, but I was. I didn't hit a lick at nothing. Like when me and Gretchen came up here to watch a fireworks show with all the Tennessee Valley and weather and exports folks. That's the only time I got out of the house in 2 days.
Yeah. We told them about the. Or were you on that? Were you a part of that phone call when we told them where Sam went to the pond?
Oh yeah. I said, tell him Sam crashed in the pond.
These guys called me up. I'm at my brother-in-law's in Knoxville, and they called me up and go. Dusty goes, "Hey man, you ain't gonna believe this, but Crash, what was it? Went into the pond? Fell in the pond."
He said Crash was flying his drone and he took his car into the pond with it.
Well, listen, I mean, we make jokes. And Crash, I really want to thank you, especially Kelly, for what they did for this commercial. I'm sure everybody's seen it going around. It's been shared 1,000 times. But Crash came to shoot all that video at my shop.
Yeah.
And you know how that kind of backs down that front driveway? Well, that's where he parked. And he just kept backing up, and I kept backing up, and I just started moving. I was like, oh, God, here we go. Here it comes. And thank God there's a curb there, and he hit it, and boy, slammed on his brakes, or he would have come inside.
Oh man,
He would have went right through it.
oh man.
And when he came in, I said, I really wish he was going to park in the back. There's less for you to tear up back there.
I was back home in West Virginia. It's good to see the family. It's the first time I've been back to the Mountain States since last July because we normally go during Christmas time, but my daughter was born on the 28th, so couldn't go back. So it's a lot of people first time meeting. My daughter Tessa, who's now 6 months old, even though she looks like she's a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
She's a giant baby. She's a chunk. But a lot of milestones. So we went to a minor league baseball game. The Charleston Dirty Birds, part of the Atlantic League, not affiliated, so it's independent ball. And my son pooped in the big potty for the first time ever at Go-Mark.
It's a huge win.
Yep, that's a big win.
In Charleston, West Virginia. And so we had a good time, and I found out my daughter's not afraid of fireworks. As long as she's got something to eat and people to watch, she's good. So, but I have a good time being around the family and seeing everybody again. And it's really good to be back. And we're back busy once again. Volleyball teams and football teams are ramping up the practices and whatnot. And I got to see a little bit of Lawrence County yesterday, saw some of Loretta today. And tell you what, guys, there's a lot of new faces. I feel it's kind of wild for me, and Clint, it's probably got to feel the same way for you, that I've been so used to these same faces for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got all these new faces. I'm sure I'm going to learn them quickly and be okay and be able to call it like it's no problem. But it is a bit of a almost like a shock. Like, wow, Allie Weathers really did graduate. Mm-hmm. Becca Heinemann's really not there. Sophie Cole's really not, and Arlie Thomas are really not at Lawrence County anymore. Like it's like we're entering a new era of volleyball here in the area.
Yeah, I think the only school that probably is not really hurting to reload is Summertown, right, even though they lost maybe one of the best volleyball players in the state, Nabby Jo Schaefer. That was their only senior. I think with Lawrence County and Loretta, they're going to have a lot of kids trying out new roles because they have to.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it'll, of course, Loretta, they're just going to reload. Summertown's just going to reload. And Lawrence County, I know they're having to replace a lot, but they're going to have a sophomore that she's going to go pretty far in volleyball. Yeah. And it's going to be, usually when you get to be that junior year, and you're an upperclassman, that's when you really start taking over. How many kills did you say she had last year?
Steve told me 438 last year.
Okay, well, her
As a freshman.
As a
I
freshman.
think she's going to walk in knowing that's her team next year. I've been seeing a lot of videos of her on her club team and what she been doing this summer. Aaliyah Dixon, she's going to be the real deal. I think all three teams in the county, they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, we're going to be region tournaments, sub-states, couple teams.
Going to state. Yeah.
Going to Murfreesboro.
Summertown and Loretto still probably play each other about 8 times.
But it's what makes it fun.
Right.
It's certainly what makes it fun. And so we got a lot to look forward to, even though the first official practices aren't until the 28th, especially for football. But everyone's working out. Everyone's really busy. I was looking at Loretta's football schedule. They've got some saw listed OTAs, with some teams in Alabama. So that's good for them to get some experience because, they're going to be missing some guys and they got to pick some of that,
And a new coach.
And a new coach, and Lawrence County's got a new coach. Summertown's almost got a different looking team, and man, it's just so much change from where we were a year ago to right now at this point.
Well, I don't want to get into it like I did on the last show and talk about all this transfer stuff because it just, it's
Right.
kind of like college. It's going to be kind of part of it right now. But it's you hit the nail on the head. Every team's going to look completely different.
There's a lot of question marks.
It'll be interesting to see if the new blood at Lawrence County is, because I don't think they lost a lot of players. I've heard they've even got some more came back out and things like that. So it'll be really interesting. I hear morale's real high there right now. Summertown does what Summertown does. I mean, it's next man up. And you talk to any of those boys that are playing there, with the ones they've graduated and ones that have transferred and stuff, they're like, hey, it's all right. We're going to be just fine. And that's all well and good until you're in the fourth quarter and you've played special teams, offense, defense. That's now Loretta, I think, is the big question mark. They're not going to have Tidwell. They're not going to have Corbin Reynolds. Got a new coaching staff. Lost a lot of really good seniors that had a really great career in that region team that won it 2 years ago, and then they made a run last year. They probably would like to have a few games back last year, but I don't know. It's going to be. We got a lot of tests in baseball and softball this year with new coaches, and some things went differently than we thought. Could be the same case in football.
But just like we saw in softball, baseball, they passed the test.
Yeah.
They passed the test. So I'm hoping the same over here in
Well,
football.
every new coach either won their district or came in second to another coach that was in there. Was a new coach. So
we got some basketball schedules that got released before the holidays, and looking at Lawrence counties right now, and I came from, obviously I haven't been here this long, but they've got a very localized schedule. You got home and aways with Richland, Lewis County, Loretta, and back on the schedule, Summertown.
Mm-hmm.
So very localized schedule this year for the
I think the last time they played Lewis County was my sophomore year. And I know those guys, as soon as they go to Lewis County and then Lewis County comes to Lawrence County, I know their eyes are going to be lined up and be like, holy crap. This is a whole different environment what we're used to. So I'm excited for that game between Lewis County and Lawrence County. And then also, we know Summertown, haven't been able to play them the past few years, so I'm excited about that one too. And like you said, really localized.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you guys haven't got to experience a Lawrence County at Summertown. I mean, imagine the Loretta Summertown game. It's going to be just like that, and you better be there at about 4:30, or you're not watching it. And the only way you're watching it's on X Sports. You're not going to see that live if you're not there that early.
Yeah, my first couple of years here, we had the Lawrence County Summertown games. I remember my first one over at the Nest when the boys went into overtime, and that was a really fun game.
Gavin Burleson decided to show out.
Yeah, and the next year that game went down to the wire too at the Nest. So I'm looking forward to getting back there. And again, we mentioned all the local teams. Obviously home and home with Columbia again. They're doing that once again. Home and home with Lincoln County, Colbert County to start things off. They go to Riverside. A lot of road games. They're playing in the
Riverside, Decatur, Riverside.
No. Riverdale.
Riverdale, okay.
Sorry,
They're going to Riverdale.
I thought, now that sticks out like sore
I read Riverdale, but
Yeah, I got
said
you.
Riverside, and then they're playing in the Giles in the Richland Christmas Classic. So, and the girls are going to the Music City Hoop Fest at Page. Does that sound right? So,
think
and then
so,
obviously the district schedule's a bit different. Looking at Loretta's, I'm looking at home. Let's see. They're at Richland, home and home with Lawrence County. They're playing. The boys are at Huntington. The girls are going to the Tennessee Report thing there in Jackson, Lewis County. Then they have their own tournaments right after.
But Lewis County's
Christmas.
not a district game anymore,
No,
correct?
it's not. No, home and home with Lewis County, and I think the Richland. I think that's the only. I could be reading this wrong, but they've got. This is like Summertown. They've got a new district, adding the Forest and the Cascades of the world to that, and obviously playing Wayne County again and those sort of teams. So some familiar opponents and not so familiar opponents added to Loretta's schedule.
I'm not going to call any coaches or anything because I really can only speak for the ones my kids have played for, and you're always ready to play when it comes tournament time, or they were. But the ones that don't realize that you don't have to go, like we would try to go west a lot and play Greenfield and Gibson County and stuff, and we would make all these road trips, and it'd usually have to be a Saturday because that was the only way it'd work. I'm thinking, but we're not playing Lawrence County.
Yeah.
We're not playing, teams that I know. We're not playing Forest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those are teams that an environment that. So I'm glad to see we're kind of getting back into maybe some common sense of we can have big gates, we can be pushed competitively. We don't have to be on a bus for 2.5 hours. And it means a lot more. It just does. So I'm glad to see, because I did look at all schedules, and I said, well, these are schedules that all have a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
And you look at Lawrence County's side, I mean, obviously they had 6 teams in their district compared to Summertown Loretta having 5 teams. So Lawrence County lost a team in their region. I tell you what, if they get to that region,
It's
very doable.
Thank goodness that we don't have to go to Murfreesboro until we absolutely have to go
Mm-hmm.
there. But when you look at the opposite region now, that's Battle Creek, that's Spring Hill, that's that bunch.
It's
over there.
doable.
Yeah,
It's
for Lawrence
doable.
County,
And then if you make it beyond that, you're looking at Sub-State instead of going towards Chattanooga. You're now playing the Jackson area team. So instead of having, the opposite region is Upperman, Stone Memorial, and all those really good teams. Now you're looking at Montgomery Central and those sort of teams. So it's a little bit more doable, and it feels more. I'm trying to.
You're not having to go through the powerhouses.
Yeah, your blood pressure isn't rising up. If you see the Uppermans, you're seeing the Uppermans at Murfreesboro, which is a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, they only lost to them by 1 last year. The boys did.
And,
They won state championship.
2 teams that made it to the Class 3A state championship. Lawrence County went 1-3 against and lost by a combined 20 points.
Right.
Pretty good.
So they were right there. Well, coming up next, guys, we are going to talk some NBA and some Major League Baseball, a little bit of NFL when we return.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
Welcome to the newly remodeled Brass Lantern. For over 30 years, we've been serving delicious food to excellent people. Brass Lantern takes pride in authenticity, serving fresh, homemade food to please any member of the family. From mouth-watering to one-of-a-kind steaks served with gourmet marinade, to salad with our signature honey mustard dressing, specialty fruit tea, drafts, and much more. Our food is always prepared daily. Whether you come in with friends or family, you'll appreciate that fresh is better.
Since 1955, Evers Construction has been the company folks have trusted for residential and commercial construction projects. Today, Evers is still the leader in building and is just as committed to maintaining. From residential to commercial and industrial, Evers' team of experts stands ready to install, service, and repair all your HVAC and plumbing needs. Specializing in leak repair, maintenance, air duct cleaning and repair, air handler service, drain cleaning, gas line work, emergency unit repair, inspections, and more. Evers Construction offers a preventative maintenance package to keep your home or business cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Trained, trusted, reliable. For more information or to schedule an appointment with the pros who know, phone 931-762-3593 or visit eversconstructionco.com. Evers Construction Company in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
Arts, crafts, stationery, journals, books, educational toys, wrapping paper, devotionals, greeting cards, and much more can all be found at Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg. Shop local to find the perfect gift or have a custom gift basket made for just the right occasion. Paper and Thread has a party room now available for birthdays, classes, and so much more. We could go on and on about all the neat things you'll find at Paper and Thread, but you just need to hop in your car and head down there. 106 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg is where you'll find them and discover what makes Paper and Thread awesome. That's Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg, 106 North Military Avenue, just north of the square.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle Hammock, General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, your Chevy GMC dealer in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I'm from Marshall County, Tennessee, where I went to Cornersville High School. I attended Cumberland University. After Cumberland, I went into the United States Marine Corps to serve the country. After that, I went right back into the car business. I'm very familiar with the car business. I have been around the car business pretty much my entire life. And my commitment to you is to ensure the most competitive new and used vehicle pricing on the market, as well as the best service around. Well, we'll treat you like family here at Heritage Automotive in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tennessee Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tennessee Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit Tennessee.com.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Good minutes.
Welcome back to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. Dusty Kaiser is here, along with Clint Brasher, Hayden Burks. I'm AJ Good, and all right, Dusty, talk about the fridge. Get it off your chest, man.
All right, folks. I know we have several people watch us, and we don't, maybe whatever. But if there is any way that anybody watching this show tonight, right now,
live on air,
please, for the love of us four guys right here at this table, and Big Fred, could we contact Ben Luna and see if there's any way we could get some drinks? And this is my problem. Kroger just come off ad. Buy 3, get 2. So you could actually, then they would let you get 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ben,
and listen, I think he's on this new diet, and he wants everybody to suffer.
Well, get Diet Sundrop.
Well, listen, it's stocked now. You don't have. I mean, we don't have to now.
Well, I'm getting to that. But folks, this gentleman sitting to my right here, he gonna have a little teal cup out here on the back porch back here. We got a little table with 2 love chairs. If you don't mind, if you come by the studio and you feel gracious, drop off a quarter.
Gonna leave an offering plate
in that little cup we're gonna leave out, and that's gonna be the the emergency fund at Tennessee Valley Media Studio for drinks and snacks.
Yeah,
man, I tell you, it's just hard to believe it that refrigerator stays so bare though, because there's a lot of big people working around here.
I'm telling you, and you know. I don't know. Maybe maybe there's a switch. They turn this place off at night.
I think there's a safe somewhere, like in Ben's office, that he's got like.
You think he's got Little Debbie's?
Yeah. Well, I think he's got sun drops, coffee. I think he's like got his own break room in there. He's got like a bat cave.
You know, so that makes me also think about the people who come in here on a daily basis. Do they just know just to bring their own water cup or their own sun drop or their own snack?
Well, listen,
or their own cup
I
of
hear
coffee?
Ben talk about how hard he works, and Hayden. I don't want to throw you in this lump or AJ either, because I know you are paid here. But I came in here on a Tuesday to do my voiceover for my commercial.
Yeah.
There was one person in here, and that's Kelly, and she was working her tail off. I was here for an hour, and they wasn't a soul here except us 2. So I don't know where all the hard working that I hear goes on actually goes on around here.
Well, that will be the next topic on mine and Clint's.
Big shout out, Kelly. And I even gave Crash a big shout out. This commercial that put out, that was their baby, and they did a great job with it.
We opened up the show about your phone call to me during the fireworks when I was in Knoxville.
That crash wrecking in the pond.
Oh yeah.
But the part I left out because I was wanting you to be here was I was back in the back. My wife comes to me and like I get this big smile on my face, and she goes, "What happened when Crash went in the pond?"
He did.
And she was like, "Oh," and her eyes get this big, like, "Oh no, is he okay?" And I'm well, I guess he is.
Yeah. He's always okay. He's always okay. He's just got to get a new vehicle after.
And Clint said about when he went to go shoot his commercial, and Crash didn't exactly slow down.
Well, listen, you know how it is, that front.
Yeah.
The front parking, I was hoping he was going to park in the back because there's a lot less.
Oh, he come in the front?
He parked and he just backed in there and he just kept backing. And thank God I got a curb there because I think he wouldn't ever have known to stop.
He just kept back.
He'd have went right through the building.
Oh, yeah. From
like,
up there?
You know where my chair is, and I sitting there watching, and I just kept going. Just kept scooting over. Had a guy in the seat. I was like, "Hey, you might want to get up just a bit."
We'll take a break right here.
Also, Crash said he checked out the bathroom situation, and
he said he gets it.
He gets it. Yeah. Another story for another day, one of these days. But guys, the NBA's been sort of busy, but not as busy as what we thought it was going to be free agent wise. What we're looking at is just a lot of guys staying with their teams and signing extensions and that sort of stuff. And I talked about it earlier today, but I kind of like the old school feel that we're starting to get somewhat from these new guys that, hey, we want to stick with these teams and we don't want to just go join this team and make this big 3 and do that. At least they're wanting to stick around with the franchises that drafted them for the time being.
I got more respect for them.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that we're not just trying to pack. Let's get back to some real basketball.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you want to be the guy and get you some help and do it.
Right.
Don't run to
don't
to
run
load up.
Else to act like you're the guy.
I mean, and it's not just LeBron. We see it. You know,
KD's the worst, probably.
Yeah.
So I'm, very shocked, that Joker is where he is. Very shocked that Milwaukee.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Stayed in Milwaukee. But I was very proud of him for doing it. Because, my NBA is when you think Patrick Ewing, you thought Knicks.
Right.
He never did win a championship there, but he was loyal to New York, and he could have won other places.
Absolutely.
Jordan, Magic, Bird. You know, when you think of Barkley went to 2 places. Well, yeah. What would we say?
Rick Norton.
Yeah, but you just think
I think about David Robinson some way.
Yes, you think of the Admiral. You know, he stuck it out and he won that one. He ended up winning 2.
Yeah, he won 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Karl Malone, John Stockton. I know Malone at the end of his career went to that one-time try in Los Angeles.
We were all old.
You know, but
him and GP.
But again, when you think John Stockton, you think Karl Malone, you think Utah.
Yeah,
that's the only thing you think. And they tried. They tried to dethrone Jordan. And they just couldn't do it.
No.
So I got more respect for those guys than I ever would people joining super teams or leaving where they're supposed to be the bus driver to go with other bus drivers,
right,
and try to win rings.
Yeah.
Even though LeBron says, when did ring culture get so big?
Did you guys see what Kevin Durant said on LeBron's podcast and took a shot at Jordan about, he's talking about longevity with LeBron and what it's like to win 4 titles in 23 years and not taking a break to go play baseball. And then they had a little chuckle after it. And I'm like, you, of all people, you are going to talk. I don't understand LeBron's, that whole group. And not the group like the SGAs and the Halliburtons and that group, but this older current NBA group that just wants to find every little subtle way to take a shot at Jordan. I just don't understand that.
Now, I give them a little bit of sympathy because how many times they have to answer questions about Jordan?
Sure.
I mean, eventually that's going to get old. I don't care who you are. It's going to get old. The man's been out of the league for 25 years.
Yeah.
Is he the greatest? Yeah. But I do get that part. And KD's going to pass Jordan in points this next season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, unless he gets hurt, he's going to pass Jordan in all-time in points. But they're so defensive. Would Jordan? I think Barkley definitely would. I think Barkley would probably be worse than anybody if social media had. So you kind of got to give them a little bit of a pass as far as that goes. So they read this stuff and their skin's not very thick. But the main reason they're so defensive is because of people like me and Dusty, because we knew. I don't care what they say. This generation is not great basketball. Now, from Kobe down, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen anybody that did what Kobe did. Kobe stayed in one place. Kobe won 2 without Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right, that's true.
And those teams wasn't that good.
Yeah.
No. Paul Gasol was your next best player.
Yes. I mean, so you're looking at what we talk about, a real number one that put some guys on his back and said, "All right, boys."
Carried it.
Yeah. I mean, he was a leader. He wasn't just a leader going down the scoring. He was a leader in the locker room, played great defense. So yeah, the stuff they say now, and I'm with you. I mean, I know they get tired of it. Even LeBron, he gets tired of people like me calling him LeBum or LaFlop or whatever, because he gets asked that every day. There's somebody that got their first chance to go into a practice, and they probably had a long list from their boss to say, "Hey, ask these questions," and it's probably like, "So what about the flop?" or "What about this?"
Yeah.
I get it, but I'm with Clint. I mean, it's still not real basketball to us, what we watch on the day. Now, hey, what we watched in the finals,
that was great.
But that's also not
that was
those.
great.
It's not that group of guys.
That's right. It's
But
not
it is
any of that bunch, and I'm hoping we're starting to see with players staying with their team that drafted them where they've been,
right.
And then what we had the Final Four, of the whole thing, with both conference championships. I mean, they didn't have this last generation. It was all new blood. So I'm hoping we're starting to see a corner turned here on the NBA.
I'm with you guys. It looks
Just for God's sake, it needs to.
Boy, I'm telling you,
it's very, very promising. To a little college football. We're having our first media days. The Big 12 kicked things off over there, and I think the ACC and the SEC are in the next couple of weeks or
SEC
so.
starts Monday, I think.
First thing is the commissioner coming out from the Big 12 in favor of a 5-11-16. I mean, let's be realistic. We're going to a 16-team field that's going to be here very, very soon. He likes the 5-11, which is 5 conference champions, 11 at-large bids. Where do you guys stand on that?
Well, I think if you're going to 16, I think you have to. But I don't think just because you are a conference champion, you should get a bye. Right. I think you should still be ranked. But let's say somebody sneaks up and wins their conference championship game. All right, well, you can get in, but you're not getting a.
You get an auto bid, but you don't get.
You're not getting a 1 through 5 seed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, because that's where I think that's where a lot of people are looking at it. And I think that's going to be the mess up.
Yeah. Well, I think it was the mess up this
past year. This past year was terrible. Yeah, it was horrible. So I'm hoping that they've seen that and they're going to get this right.
Yeah, I like the idea of automatic bids, but
I don't have a problem with that. But
with the 16-team field, there won't be any buys. But say we mentioned, what is it? It's like somehow an 8-4 Big 12 team sneaks into the championship game and upsets. They shouldn't get a home game if they're barely going to get in at the 15 or the 16, because they should have to go.
Yeah, they don't get ranked higher than a 10-2 SEC runner-up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And like the SEC runner-up should be 8, and then the other team should be like 15, 14.
The only problem, I think, the only thing I see too is now how you going to rank them. So you see, if you got a Big 12 team that did come in and win the conference championship, okay, so they're not getting a bye. They get in. So do we start looking at that 6, 7, and 8 seed? Are those some of your limp ends? And then the bottom, I don't know.
Well, I think you have to look long and hard, and whether it's factoring in coaches poll, media polls, and computer polls, I think after all the conference championships, you've got to just go by your seedings.
I think you're right.
And you know what? If you happen to sneak up and win that, let's say you got a terrible conference. Let's say that ACC gets a 7-5 team in, and they upset a Clemson team. Well, guess what? You're 7-5. You still don't get in. I don't care. You still don't,
yes.
You're not a fan of the automatic buys.
No, not. I think there's got to be I think you should at least have to be 9-3.
Right.
I mean, because and here we go. We're going to start talking conference crap. But you take a high-ranked team in the SEC. Look at the teams that were there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those teams deserve to get in before a 7-5 junk ACC team. You see what I'm saying? So, they've really got to take that in. And whether it be the SEC or the Big 10, those are going to be your 2 big conferences, maybe the Big 12, that would slip a team in, But those 2 conferences, their teams that get left out of the conference championship game are better than most other conferences, 7-5s that maybe limp in. So that they got to look at that too.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I just hope I give a damn by the time this all happens, because as of right now, I mean, people come in the shop and say, "Boy, Tennessee's doing good in recruiting, aren't they?" Well, what's it matter? That don't mean they're going to be there in 2 years. How do you get excited for it?
I had an Alabama fan tell me this past weekend. He come up to me and said, "Roll Tide." Of course, we roll Tide every time we see each other. He said, "We got us another 5-star."
Doesn't mean a thing.
It
does not mean a thing.
I said, "What's his name?" Well, he may not be there after practice.
Well, the first game he doesn't play. I go. I mean,
and I asked him. I said, "Did they get a new coach at Alabama, or they still got old Nips?"
Yeah, Nips.
And he's like, "I don't know why you're hating on him so bad. He's going to be good." And I said, "Gonna be. You going to give him 5 years to get there?" Nope.
Yeah. Well, listen. Like I said, I hope I do, but I do feel like if we can get back to some kind of normalcy, NIL is fine if you want to pay name and image likeness, but they've got to step in and do something where there's some kind of accountability. But I think if that can happen, I think you will even see at some point maybe 24-team playoff, and there are no more bowls.
I hope
not. I think 16 is the max. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, who cares about the bowl games anymore?
Exactly.
Those are going. The playoffs are just going to be your bowls.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
well, let's just
nobody gives two craps about.
And you got to
any
have
other
them for the
bowling.
money. But you got to have them for the money.
Right.
They pay so much money to have
That's why they'll have more playoff games.
Right.
ESPN has locked that down because all those bowl games created because of ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, they come up with the Nestle's Crunch.
Yeah, it's so riveting to watch Vanderbilt and Jackson State in the Meineke Car Care Bowl where there's about 8 fans in the crowd.
Yeah, they don't even get good quality ESPN coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, that you guys sort of mentioned it. Another thing coming out of Big 12 Media Days is Arizona State's head coach Kenny Dillingham saying, I'm paraphrasing, I don't care if I have the worst recruiting class in the country every year I'm here. It's about roster retention. So he said he doesn't care about recruiting, he cares about retention. And I'm sure that's a good thing to say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great thing to say.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, what coach wants to go in? Yeah. I hope I lose 50%
I'm
of my
sure
players.
he's passing on a 5-star quarterback to wanting to transfer too.
Yeah.
To come to him.
Yeah. I think that's the way a lot of coaches are thinking. I mean, I think they probably at this point spend more time recruiting their own roster than what they do recruiting high school.
And that's terrible that you got a baby. You got to go in. Hey, man, is everything okay? Did you get the right T-shirt yesterday?
Well, that's why you don't have your coach anymore. He ain't playing that game.
No, but I mean that's not football. It's not college football. It's not how it's supposed to be.
I've said it before. I'm proud of Josh Heupel. Proud of the University of Tennessee. Let Nico go to the West Coast. I hope he throws 9,000 interceptions this next year.
I guarantee you, he's either going to throw it up in the bleachers, or he won't be playing. He'll get hit. I think he's a little soft.
Well, let's see. Well, they're Big Ten now. And we did pull up their schedule. It's not very fun. I'll say that.
Oh no, he's gonna have his hands cut. He'll have his hands full.
But yeah, listen. Me and Dusty did a whole podcast about it. You know, this new college football is not my college football. I'm not excited. Usually by this time of year, I'm getting butterflies and I'm itching for that first game of the year in September, Labor Day. Yeah. All right, whatever. Just
exactly. I mean, but that's where it is, and I don't think we're the only ones. I really think it's kind of across the board, not just SEC.
And it's so expensive to go to games.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to get to a point where people go, okay, our ratings are down, our stadiums are half full, and the fan apathy is at an all-time high. Mm-hmm. That's not where that's where the NBA is sort of at right now.
Yeah.
They're not to half-empty arenas, but in a way they've made fan interest drive down because of all the team hopping and no loyalty, and all of a sudden
the setting out
and then all of a sudden to get you want to go see your favorite player play, or you want to go see your favorite team play, and it's $70 to get into the upper deck, and it's not a guarantee that half that roster is going to show up.
Yeah, exactly. So now you've paid for a terrible seat, and now the guy that you come to really see isn't there, or
not in the building.
Yeah, he may not even be in the building.
Yeah, I quit drinking, so I couldn't even drink and enjoy it that way. If I went, and,
This is UCLA's schedule. They open up in the Rose Bowl against Utah. And then they're at UNLV, which that UNLV's been pretty good the last few years. Home versus New Mexico. At Northwestern. Home versus Penn State. At Michigan State. Home versus Maryland. At Indiana. Home versus Nebraska. At Ohio State. Home versus Washington. At USC.
Yeah, well, he might get murdered. Because, listen, he had a good offensive line at Tennessee last year.
And he still got murdered.
I'm pretty sure his offensive line at UCLA ain't very good.
Got beat us.
I'm pretty sure they're not known for having big offensive line.
We'll find out if he can run for his life.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I say. Once them Penn State guys come
One thing, Hayden, we do know, he can run out of bounds.
He ain't run out of bounds, that's for sure. Yeah. When it matters most,
with the ball in his hand and no time on the clock, he can run out of bounds.
He can run out of bounds.
He can run out of bounds.
That's right.
Well, coming up next, guys, a little bit of trivia, and we're going to talk some professional wrestling.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today. Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit SouthernCraftMFG.com.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
I know the TV's just not see. That's a crash. We crash on that computer one time.
Seeing me and you's going live. I mean, we're
how are we supposed to look at ourselves?
Oh, dang.
I don't know. Welcome back to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. Guys, before we get into some professional wrestling talk here, got a little bit of trivia. start off. First, we got some baseball. There is one team in Major League Baseball right now that has never had a 200-hit season from a player.
There's only one in history.
One in history that's never had a 200-hit season.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Montreal Expos.
No. Vlad Guerrero did it in 02. So that counts for the Nationals as well.
Okay. The Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yep. Gene Segura did it in 2016 at 203 hits that year.
Milwaukee.
Ryan Braun, 09, 203 hits.
The Orioles.
Miguel Tejada did it in 06.
The Reds.
Pete Rose.
Oh, forgot.
Jesus Christ.
Greatest hitter of all time. He sucked. He could get 200 hits in the season. What are you talking about?
You're going to say the Yankees next.
Jeter.
The Florida Marlins.
I feel like it's something.
No, Arias did it 2 years ago. Had 203 hits.
Oh, man, we've named all
the Marlins.
I just said
You
that.
just said the Marlins.
Oh, sorry. That was my head. Sorry. And that wasn't right.
No, right. That wasn't right.
Pittsburgh?
No, they've had a.
I mean, they had Barry Bonds, but that was before he hit his crazy stride.
The last guy to do it was Freddie Sanchez in 06. He had 200 hits that year.
Atlanta.
No, Acuna did it 2 years ago.
Okay. Right, I just thought, well, maybe this is going to be one of those that we wouldn't believe.
But it ain't the Cubs.
No.
You said the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
Houston.
No, it ain't the Rangers.
Altuve did
That's
it.
when Altuve had to do it, and we know it ain't Houston.
Texas.
No.
Nope, Michael Young is the last one to do it for them.
God, I feel like how many teams we got left?
Are you gonna
The Mariners.
No, they've had a few.
You know it ain't the Padres.
Phillies. Dude, who we got left?
The Giants?
I mean, as long as we can think of all the teams.
I mean, we know
we'll
it's
get
not
it
the
right.
Yankees, and we know it ain't the Yankees or the Red Sox. You said Baltimore on that side. I said that. Well, no, it ain't the Cubs.
You said Tampa Bay already, right?
No, you didn't.
No.
All right, so Tampa Bay.
You're right. The only team in Major League history that's never had a 200-hit season from a player.
That's hard to believe that Longoria.
I know.
Well, that's what we were thinking, but when you look at, remember, he was hurt. He's been hurt pretty much every year that he's played. And he was only about a 250 career hitter, so to get a 200-hit season was going to
My name had Fred McGriff for a little while.
Yeah, if they had him on the down, or Fred was either hitting dingers or striking out.
Here's a college sports question. So this past year,
Boy, there's a lot more teams we're going to have to name before we ever get down to this one.
Man.
This one is only 7 teams. So there
Oh,
are 7
boy.
teams this past year that had an NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, and WNBA draft pick.
College?
Yeah. So your breakdown is 2 Big Ten, 2 SEC, Big East, ACC, Big 12. That's your conference.
I was fixing to say Tennessee, but we didn't have a woman
No,
not this year.
drafted.
LSU?
Yeah. No, boy.
Nope.
South Carolina.
You're correct. That's one.
Ole Miss?
No.
South Carolina and
Missouri?
No.
Georgia.
No.
Florida.
No.
Alabama?
No.
Vanderbilt?
You lose on football there. Well, probably in WNBA too.
Can I get my
Auburn,
on what
Texas
I thought
A&M.
of for just letting
What's that?
Mississippi State?
Nope.
No.
Neither.
A&M?
Texas.
No, not Texas.
A&M?
No, not A&M.
Well, we've said every SEC school there is.
Kansas.
No.
Nope.
Kentucky?
You're correct. There's your SEC schools.
Who the hell they have in football?
I
didn't know they had football.
I thought Stoops quit and they just got rid of the football team.
Well, that's shot. Or women's basketball. That was.
They had a good women's basketball team.
So
this past year.
you've knocked out both the SEC. You got 5.
Michigan?
Yeah, there you go.
Ohio State?
Nope, not Ohio State.
Penn State.
No.
Is this a Western?
Iowa?
No.
Is this a Western Big Ten team?
Eastern.
Oregon?
Eastern.
Oh, Eastern.
Yeah.
Michigan State?
No. It's a newer Big Ten team.
I said
Eastern.
Oregon. You said Eastern.
Is Rutgers Big Ten?
Yeah, but
That's not it?
yeah and no. They are in the Big Ten, but they're not on. The
Okay.
season.
Pittsburgh's not.
No, they're ACC.
They're ACC.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Honestly, forgot.
Northwestern?
No.
That's Chicago. I don't know. You said Michigan State.
It's the
Min-
you got hung up on this.
Minnesota?
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah.
No, not Minnesota. No.
That one. Yeah, that was the one we couldn't figure out.
Indiana. No, Indiana's not Eastern.
They're not either. Eastern Big Ten?
Pretty close to Rutgers.
Illinois.
It's a New Yorker-ish state.
A little bit southern of New York.
Well, it ain't Clemson.
And it's a Big Ten school.
Big Ten
it's a
school.
Big Ten school. Yep.
And it's a new Big Ten school.
New Big Ten.
Is Wake Forest in Big Ten?
No,
they're
ACC.
ACC.
What's their mascot?
It's a turtle.
Oh, Maryland.
There you go. So you got the Big Ten, you got the SEC. Now you need the Big East, ACC, and the Big 12.
Florida State.
There you go.
Great job.
Clemson.
No, you already got the
no
ACC.
no more ACC.
Oh,
The Big East is really obvious if you really think about
West
it.
Virginia.
Yep. You got the Big 12, but now you're missing the Big East. Think women's basketball.
Purdue.
Connecticut.
There you go.
Yep,
There's your
UConn.
Well, that got easier.
Boy, it did, didn't it? We named every SEC school there was except Kentucky.
Tune in next week, folks. For me
Tune
and
in
Dusty,
next week.
me and
We get
Dusty
stumping.
named every NFL football team.
My favorite from a couple weeks ago when I gave you all the mascot quiz, I say Liberty, he goes the Bell.
Bales. Cincinnati Bengals.
I think he said the Reds. All right, guys, getting into professional wrestling, and I think Clint, Dusty, and probably a lot of people just want to end the women's division completely at this point.
It's a disgrace.
I don't want to end it because they've done some really good things, but we were talking off air. Somebody's got to take them in the back and just show them how to brawl and tell a story. Because it's just high spot after high spot. All right, I'm going to wait on you. You do your you wait on me. How many botches did we see the other night?
Dude,
It's just so bad.
And this is no disrespect, so I don't want people to take it this way. But the best part right now is Asuka and Io, or whatever that girl's name is, they just go in there and they scream, and then they fight. So, I mean, that's the best part of it. I mean, outside of that, it's ridiculous. I mean, that match was at Friday night. They had like 42 near falls, and they were just flopping, like rolling in the ring.
Yeah.
I mean, even Bailey, she sucks now.
Yeah, I'd like for Triple H to come out Friday night when we go to SmackDown and say, ladies and gentlemen, until further notice, there'll be no more women's matches. We got to go to the training center.
Yeah, we'll be down in Orlando.
And you'll go streaking in the ring.
We're going to teach them how to ball their fist up and actually tell a story.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know. So.
We will be at SmackDown on Friday.
And I will not be streaking in the ring. I mean, there have to be a lot of money put on it.
Yeah.
And somebody's got to bail me out of Nashville jail.
Hopefully they'll put you in the Morgan Wallen sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you out of that.
No, I don't have that much money.
Well, we do get a street fight for the championship between Jay and Gunther. So we
know how that's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event.
It's going to be, there'll be an interference. We won't even get them. We won't get a pin.
I mean, why would you even book that?
Yeah.
The day before,
You have
Gunther and Goldberg booked for the World Heavyweight Championship.
But yet you're going to book.
That makes sense. It's so stupid.
And we thought they were doing good. At
Well,
booking
they
these
were.
matches.
Yeah.
Well, if you're anybody watching, let us have the
But
pin.
what if? What if they throw us for a loop?
What? Yeah.
Oh.
What? I mean, what?
You know what the loop is? I'm gonna say it.
Say.
Lesnar's coming back.
God!
Hey, I seen the thing today where they say he's gonna make a run for the title.
Dusty wakes up in the middle of the night and goes, "He's coming back." Oh, wait.
Listen, this Friday night when that music hits, I'm telling you.
Well, I'll have
He's the one streaking in the ring.
He will go straight. It'll take me and AJ and Will to hold your big ass up then, because you're gonna pass out.
Listen, out of all the wrestlings I've been to, I've never seen him live.
Well, I doubt you're going to this Friday, buddy.
Yeah.
Listen, hey,
Now you might see it in Georgia.
Let him be a kid.
I can see him come out in the Goldberg fight, but I don't see it Friday night. But buddy,
folks, he just ruined all my kid dreams right there.
The man dream a little bit.
Hey, you know what? All right. We'll fill you full of sunshine and rainbows. I think Hogan's going to appear too, since it's in Nashville. You know,
Are
he
you
won't
serious?
get booed as much there.
Maybe he'll bring out a beer.
Yeah, the Ultimate Warrior's going to rise from the dead too. Sting's going to come back and actually win a match
in Nashville.
Nashville.
Oh, but yeah, I am looking. It's my first wrestling show, WWE show, I think, since like 2018, 2019, somewhere in that range. It's been a while for me.
It's my first since 2001.
Whoa! Really?
Yeah. I mean, I used to go to SmackDown Raw religiously from 99 to 2001, 2002 maybe. But when Austin quit and it kind of started that ruthless aggression era, I just kind of fell out. I still watch it, but this will be the first time I've been since in over 20 years.
And it's the first time Will Pettis is going. Are we allowed? I don't think we're allowed to say that he's going without his grandkids, right?
Yeah, we're not. Listen, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. So I guess we're
Talk about what? Big mouth.
Yeah, AJ, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Clint ain't talking about it.
we're the grandkids.
We got you, Will.
Blame AJ Will.
But we were talking off air a little bit. My goodness, it looks like LA Knight's getting the push of them.
It's time.
It is time.
I mean, look, Punk still gets chanted for, and when that music hit,
Yep.
But you've got to start passing it to somebody that can carry it, and he gets. Listen, LA Knight. I don't know if the music's just right.
Yeah.
I don't know if his swagger's just right, because he's a hell of a workhorse in the ring.
Oh, he does a great job in the ring.
It's time to start giving that. Who's getting that next push? And it seemed like there for a while he was just a step over guy.
Yeah.
And the crowd wouldn't let it go away.
Yeah.
The great listen, WWE fans, I want to smack the living crap out of them a lot of times and just tell them to shut up.
Yes.
But they also do some really good things by saying, no. This isn't what we want.
Right.
And
he's one of those examples, Karrion Kross. I mean, you see the push he's starting to get lately because of what he's in. I mean, and it's guys that are creating their own aura, so to speak.
Listen, that shoot where he looked at Punk and Punk said, "Hey, you need to get in the back of the line," and he said, "Hey, I've got him this Saturday night. I am the line."
Yeah.
And that was great.
Yep.
I don't know if he wrote that. I don't know if they could put their heads together, but it was great.
Knowing those two, how they like to shoot from the hip.
Excuse me, I am the line. Yeah.
There you go. You got to get the yay in at the end there. That's good. That's good. But Evolution's our next pay-per-view. Is that what it is?
I think it's Saturday too. I think.
Or isn't that an NXT thing? Or?
No, it's like an all-women's.
All-women's.
Oh, yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I'll make sure we have a cookout for that one.
Yeah, let's just see the main event.
Oh.
Listen, I'm interested to see. Did y'all notice the two-time Goldberg's come out?
Yeah.
He looks blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
blown
and
up
I know
getting
it,
to the ring.
but now listen, 60 years, nearly 60 years old is 60 years old. And you get out there and you try to go for, I don't care if it's just 3 or 4 minutes. He going to be huffing and puffing. I got a bad
Hey,
feeling.
it was like I was saying, if you want to run the commercials, make sure it's that match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're
He
going.
was blown up walking from his car in the parking lot to the ring.
And here's my thing, too. How'd he hear Gunther talking crap about him if he was in that Camaro?
Yeah.
Riding down the road.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Isn't that illegal?
Yeah.
And it's on a delay on top of all of it. Yeah, the storylines aren't the
brightest, right?
Aren't the brightest. right now, to say the least. We don't know who Cena's fighting next.
I don't think we're going to see Cena for a little bit.
July 18th is when he's going to be back.
And then SummerSlam is the 2nd and 3rd. Of
Second and
August,
third,
right?
of August, yep.
Yeah, I'd say he's going to get him a little bit of a break. Just, 17?
I think we're down to like 15 dates.
Yeah. Okay, so, and he's already said his last match was going to be in December.
December, yeah.
So,
use them wisely.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't burn them just yet. Well, coming up next, guys, we're going to go to our final segment of the show. Got some things to get off our chest. That will be next when we return.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Carriers has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay now starting at $20 per hour, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website, southeastcarriers.com, or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Did you know that Resource MFG, an employee bridge company in Lawrenceburg, is the first and largest national manufacturing staffing company? They work alongside the top plants and facilities in the area to provide you with job opportunities in production, quality, maintenance, supervision, and all levels of management. Resource MFG has positions open right now to meet your needs today and a full staff ready to work with industrial partners to grow opportunities for this generation of workers and the next. Reach out today and start your employment journey with Resource MFG.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Horseshoes. That's a game I haven't heard about in a long time.
Well, it don't get played anymore.
We do redneck horseshoes, toilet seats. You ever done that? That's fun.
I've never done it, but they do it out there in Piney.
Yeah.
Well, guys, are on our final segment of the show. Time to rant. Anyone got anything?
I ain't got one this week. Sure, Dusty, mate. Well, I got my rant out earlier.
He kind of already did.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going to, man. I'm gonna say it again, like I said it last time. Let's thank our EMS and then all them people, and we've had a lot of crazy things happen here in Lawrence County.
A lot of tragedies here lately.
A lot of tragedies. We and the community's come together for these families, so that's been a plus. But we just need to thank our EMS and what they go through, what they see, and then they have to go home too. So appreciate what they do.
I got a rant, and it kind of goes along with that, but this is going way negative. We have had a lot of tragedies, and we have had a lot of bad situations where kids and husbands and wives have lost spouses and things, but let me just say this. We've got a lot of wannabe reporters around here. One of them's over on the west side. Even here locally. I'm not going to call any names or whatever, but you're putting out way too much information on these breaking news posts, telling one's already killed when it's just happened. I don't need to know that before that people's family knows.
Absolutely.
That. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This idiot over in West Tennessee, when this stuff happened to my mom, had a picture of her house up before we'd even got to the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if we're going to talk about it, we might as well just go ahead and jump on in there 2-footed. And this guy's also putting out stuff that's not true.
Yeah.
I look at him as what we and you talked about on our very first podcast about this clickbait. Mm-hmm. Man, this dude ain't no news journalist.
Mm-mm. No.
And the stuff that he puts out about these people and all this stuff, you're right. He needs to stop.
Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. If it's not on Nashville News or whatever, there's a reason it's not on there yet, because it doesn't need to be.
Or they're holding until
family knows.
The family knows, and they have all their information checked, and it's sourced, and it's confirmed.
Or would like to know, hey, is it okay if we put a picture of your mother's house up? Right. Hell no.
Right.
Right.
So I had to threaten to kill him.
Of all the years that I was in TV news, we never, ever put the picture of someone's house that got robbed out. We never did. Like, we would do the map. It happened in Lawrenceburg, but that was being
listen, I don't want to give them that much time of day, but for our local folks here, for this guy, again, you want to let people know where they can avoid traffic. You want to let people know where they can pray that there is a accident that's happened. Fine, but you're giving out way too much information, and it's very disrespectful. So you got to do better, or just not do it all. That's it.
Well put.
Yeah,
well put.
I didn't have a rant. You guys knocked it out of the park with that
Yep.
one. Very well. Very good, guys. Well, that will do it for our show here tonight. So for Dusty Kaiser, Clint Brazier, Hayden Burks, I'm AJ Good. These guys got a podcast coming out on Saturday, so check them out when it comes out here on Saturday. So I'm AJ Good. We'll see you guys next week.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.